Welcome back to the Serene Space. Today is episode number 8 of the Life Cleansing series that I have been guided to share with all of you. So, I'm going to expand on the sharing of the 4 levels of ourselves from the previous video, episode number 7. And we learned that we have the 4 levels of ourselves. That is, we have the physical level, the emotional and mental, which composes the mind level, and our spiritual level. So, the body, the mind, and the spirit. So, our total holistic self is the 4 levels. So, we have a physical level, we have an emotional level, we have a mental level, and a spiritual level. Now, I've always been emphasizing, right? I've always been trying to highlight that it is very, very important to do or to practice the cleansing process each and every day, because just like if there is a ditch or a canal which is not cleaned each and every day, what will happen? So the garbage will accumulate, the dirt and everything, right? And so finally that will start the water flowing from that ditch or canal will start to become dirty until it will turn dark. And then what will happen? Then it will start to smell, right? There will be a foul smell coming because there is no, like the canal is not being cleansed. Because each and every day, something will really accumulate. That is also with our life. Each and every day, we accumulate, stuff. So we call it, like, if it's a positive thoughts and emotion, then that's the good stuff. And that is very, very good, right? But then we also accumulate the negative stuff. And that creates you can call the garbage. And that is what we call the contamination of the container, contamination of our aura, contamination of our energy system. And if it is not cleansed, if there is no cleansing process each and every day, then it will also start to, like, it's like water. So our energy will start to become dirty. It will start to accumulate heaviness. Like, do you feel like, at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you will start to feel heavy, right? You will start to feel some kind of pains, anywhere in the body. You start to feel negative about something. You start to feel irritated. Then finally, you will start to feel, might be depressed, or you just don't feel good. So that is already an indication that the container that you are holding is not being cleansed. It is like, you did not took bath or you did not take a shower for like at least a week. If you will not take a shower for at least a month, how will you smell? How will you feel? So it's the same as the other levels of yourself. So the physical level needs to be showered, needs to be cleansed. The emotional level, our feeling level, we carry or accumulate and absorb a lot of emotions, both positive and negative. Again, positive emotions, these are really good because when we talk about positive things in the energy level, that these are light, they feel light. You will feel good from inside. But if we accumulate the negative emotions, or later on in my other videos, I'm going to share how to process emotions. Okay? Because it's not something that we can, how do you call that? Like, we can avoid, right? We are just human. That is natural for us to feel good and to feel bad at times, right? So then we have to learn how to process, most especially negative emotions. So if we are not able to process and we are not able to cleanse these negative emotions, again, it is going to, the emotional level of ourself becomes dirty, becomes stuck. It will feel very heavy and you start feeling very negative. You feel negative emotions even more. Then at the mental level of ourselves, in our thoughts, then if there is no cleansing process at the mental level, again we will start feeling negative thoughts. We will start, it is very easy for us to be affected by something negative that we see from the outside. So if we try to, if we scroll in social media, whatever we hear, whatever we see, and if the mental level is not cleansed on a daily level, there's no daily practice of cleansing, then we are very, very susceptible or very easy to be influenced by negative things, with negative news, fake news, or anything which is going to affect us in a very negative way. Then we are very easy to, like, we can just believe in anything, because the mental level is not cleansed enough to have an awareness and discernment of what is right or wrong, or what is true or untrue, or what is true or false, something like that. Okay, it will lose its capacity to think properly and to discern and analyze properly. Okay, so all of these levels, so finally at the spiritual level of ourself doesn't get contaminated like like the emotional and mental level. But what happens is, the spiritual level, then the light that we carry cannot shine properly. So the light becomes like, I think I shared this again in my previous video about the two aspects of ourselves, that we have a light and a container. So if this container, so ideally the container should have been like this, right? The energy that we carry, the aura that we carry, ideally will be bright and light, and then we have a space. But since we accumulate a lot of stuff along the way, in our daily life also, then the light which we carry from inside, it will not dim, but it is not able to shine properly. So that is the contamination of the spiritual level. So the light that we carry, so you know what we'll do? We'll start to, close down ourselves. We try to be small. We don't want to be seen. We don't share our gifts and talents. So we hold back ourselves. And for most of the time, that will really hurt us from inside, right? Because you're really like suppressing your heart, what is really true to your heart, and that is very painful. And that's why we have pain and suffering. And then for other people, it will really cause this depression, and everything that is negative. We are not able to create something really positive, or something bigger, or something better for our life, because the container is fully contaminated. Now again, if this container is not cleansed, in a daily level, then what will happen is, at any level of ourself, it will manifest as a problem or as a challenge. So if the problem will manifest at the physical level, okay, then it will manifest as a physical ailment. If the problem will manifest in the emotional level, then it will, show up as a relationship problem. You have difficulty in all of your relationships. You have difficulty of expressing yourself, of communicating or connecting with other people. And if it shows up, if there's no cleansing process, and the problem will manifest in the mental level, it shows up as money problems, lack of money, or we don't know how do you call it, how to manage, or our relationship with money is really very dysfunctional. Or it manifests as career problems, or our creativity problems, like how we can manifest our true gifts and talents. So we feel, we will shut down ourselves, or we will like try to make ourselves small, and we will not really show up as the highest version of ourselves. That's the contamination of the mental level. And of course, the contamination of the spiritual level again is you starting to, you know, make yourself small and try to shrink yourself. So that is the effect if there is no daily cleansing in the four levels of ourself. So in my previous video, I have already shared the very first cleansing tool. It's called a cleansing journal. You can check it out. And that is the reason why I have kept numbers like episode 1, episode 2, so that if ever you miss, the other videos, I can just mention it to you. Even if I will not save the episode, you can just check in my previous videos, where is it? Like if I say mention about the two aspects of ourself, that is there. And if I talk about the cleansing journal, that is there. So you'll be able to see it, you'll be able to find the videos. Okay? Because what I'm trying to do is a continuous conversation with you, and I don't want to, give you too much of information in one go. So I would like to give you small bits, knowledge and information that you can digest, like bite-sized information, so that you can digest, you can, not analyze it, you can absorb it, you can practice it, you can meditate with it, you can reflect with it. Okay, so this is really an inner exploration of yourself beyond the physical, beyond what we have been taught, that life is just like this, but there's just, this bigger dimension of life that cannot be seen in the physical level. And that is where all, what I'm trying to say is the cause of all of our problems, challenges, and pain and suffering in life, the cause cannot be seen in the physical level. No matter how hard we will try to search for it at the physical level, it is just not there. The cause of our problems in life lies at the inner levels of ourselves, not at the physical level. Like a very good example is if we have a physical ailment, most especially digestion problems. It's not just because you ate something. The real cause of a digestion problem lies in the inner levels, lies in your emotions. Like it has already been proven through studies that 80 to 90% of all chronic ailments is not caused by something physical. It is caused by the emotional level. So the physical ailment or the physical problem is just an effect. And the real cause is somewhere inside. And the reason for that is there is no cleansing practice. The garbage, the inner garbage, the contamination gets accumulated until the system just, collapses. And so there is a manifestation of a problem, of a challenge in life. So I'll be sharing more cleansing practice or cleansing techniques in my future videos. I hope you learned something even deeper about yourself for today. So that is it for today, so that you can, you can sit with this information and you can absorb it, and so that you'll be ready for more in the next videos. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in my future videos. Namaste.